If you want to heal from your chronic illness, your mast cell activation, your histamine intolerance, your autoimmune disease, you have to be kind to yourself, okay? You have to be kind to yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to be grateful for the efforts that you've put in. You got to know that you did the best that you can. You got to not be looking back on the past and saying, man, I didn't do good enough, or I'm not where I want to be yet, or I'm not good enough. And you know what? You got to stop that conversation in your mind of this self-talk that is constantly beating you up, saying, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. I'm not with the right woman. No one cares about me. These things that are reflecting probably back from childhood, things that you never addressed. This is what happened with me personally. I had a lot of conversations in my mind that were counterproductive to what I wanted in my life. And the conversation myself was, I'm all alone. I have to do this on my own. No one really cares about me. No one understands me. I felt this existential loneliness constantly, and I didn't realize why. So I tried to cover it up with the wrong relationships, with consumption of foods, with substances, with, various things that try to get me out of that chronic state of loneliness and depression and sadness and feeling like abandoned or whatever. But I didn't realize until later in my life, I really wasn't willing to realize it was because of what happened in my past. It happened in my past, my childhood, where my dad left, and my mom got remarried, and I was kind of unable to cope with the realization that my dad wasn't there. My mom was now paying attention to someone else, and I kind of felt alone. And this stuck with me for years, for decades, until I got into the wrong relationships with people. I got into the wrong friendships. I started doing the wrong things. I became sick. When I got better, there was lots of trauma, things like that. But the real origin of all this was me beating myself up. The trauma in the past led me to beat myself up, to over-criticize myself, to say nothing was ever good enough. Whenever I did a good job, I still said I could have did better. I never gave myself credit for anything that I was doing. I was guilty about all kinds of things I hadn't done, guilty about things that places I should be in my life where I wasn't yet. I mean, there was just so much inner conflict. And if you want to be able to get over chronic illness or any type of trauma, you have to resolve the inner conflict. You got to start to love yourself, and you got to be kind. You got to be gentle. You got to start treating yourself like a child. Would you be, yelling at the child version of yourself for messing up when it was something that was not within your control? When you did the best that you could? No, you wouldn't be yelling at the child, So don't be so hard on yourself and talk to yourself in that negative voice in your head, because that negative voice is where the illness came from in the first place, And these voices that are coming in, these thoughts that are coming in, they're not you. They're just thoughts. You don't have to buy into them. You don't have to say, oh, I'm a piece of crap for thinking that, or I should have did this, and blah, 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 blah. These thoughts that are coming in, they're just thoughts. They're not you. Don't buy into them. They're just thoughts, okay? Choose the thoughts that you want to buy into that feel good. Let the other ones come in. They may sit there for a couple hours, the feelings, but let them come in and pass. This is how life is. You can't go ahead and buy into these thoughts and start feeding into negative storylines whenever you don't feel well. Just let the feeling and the thought pass, okay? And love yourself, be kind to yourself. I know this is not easy. If you're watching my video, obviously you're dealing with something that's been difficult and challenging, probably an illness. And I think that, you got to be kind to yourself and give yourself credit. That's the whole point of this video, for getting as far as you have. And don't compare yourself to where you want to be in the future. Compare yourself to where you were at your worst. It'll always make you feel better at the end. So thanks for watching, everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I've got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching you how to heal yourself. And I hope to see you again at another video in the future.